Alrighty, we got a new event inbound and that has to do with the surrounding where I am. If you guys venture to guess, I'm at the Tholian homeworld and Nukara Prime, and if you don't have an environmental suit on this planet, you're going to get burned. That's why you need one of these things. And these are Tholians. These are how Tholians walk, and that is some guy that's fighting along here. Anyway, the new event is going to be all about the Tholians. Now, obviously, this event is going to take place in space and not in ground. So I'll head over to the blog post and see what kind of information our Ambassador Kale has put out for us. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the channel supporters out there that are supporting the channel financially. And if you are willing to do so yourself, there is a link in the video description. So they're calling this particular event the Tholian Trouble. Now, what is very interesting about this event is the rewards and also the progression that we are going to do. Yes, this particular event is going to count for the overall progression of our where is it? Right here, option 1, the Infinity Lockbox. Or the Infinity promo ship. So that is going to be very interesting. And then they made a couple of changes that I'm going to read about, but let me just run you guys through the new event. While major power struggles for stability in the midst of the Klingon crisis, the Tholian web extends unseen above their prey. They make no distinction between Romulan Republic or the Tal Shiar. They have advanced, enigmatic, and patient, and have chosen this moment of galactic distraction to strike, beginning at May 4th. So very soon, in like 4 days, for the PC, and soon after on the console. So you guys on the console, you guys have to wait a little bit, be a little bit more patient, because you guys are also going to get it. The Tholian imprisonment is a significant portion of the Romulan flotilla in the Azura Nebula. This is the Azura Nebula. This is kind of how it is. You guys have probably played that CFO a bunch of times. Now I do have to make an addition up here that Cryptic made a lot of changes to this particular TFO. It's the environment has changed. It's not that cloudy anymore. In the map, you can actually see that all of the ships that are being held by tractor beams, by these things up here, have like a designated number between them. You can actually see this on the map, so you don't have to physically go here. And they also have some new environment colors that they put out there. I highly recommend you guys giving it a look, but you guys are probably going to play the event as well, so you guys are in for a treat. From my personal experience, this is an upgrade better than it used to be, so very good for Cryptic for doing that. Also, they made changes to the other TFO, the Vault right here. This particular TFO has been very, very, very old. TFO has not been touched upon, but now that they have this new event coming up, they definitely touched up on this. And it's better. It is definitely has, you can actually see that it's kind of, coming up to the 21st year as it is, as we are right now. It's overall not that cluttered. It's, the whole nebula over here, it's gone, partially gone. You can actually still go there, and like everything is like, your minimap is gone, and your surroundings, you can actually see a lot, but it is very, very good. I highly recommend you guys playing the Vault Ensnared, because it is definitely one of those TFO that's kind of interesting. But let's read a little bit more about this before we get too much into the distractions. While they attempt to ensnare and absorbed from the formidable Vault, many ships can the Alliance spare to deal with these machinations will be enough. All right, so for 3 weeks, we're running a special event in Star Trek Online called Tholian Trouble. This event included multiple TFO previously featured individually, combined in a combined featured event that will allow players to choose their preferred trial each day for earning the daily progression towards the grand prize. Players who are Nebula to pluck capture the Romulan ships from the Tholian web in a murky nebula, or select Vault Snare to prevent them from stealing away the massive fortress full of priceless research. They made several updates to these. Okay, here we go. We've made several updates to polish these two TFOs to make the experience even better. Yes, I can highly relate to that. They are definitely better. Participating in this event will give all players the opportunity to win the Universal Console Tholian Web Array for the entire account. Click reading on details on this and how you can participate in the event and the additional prizes that may be earned. So I'm not going to go over the TFO itself. You guys probably know what's going on. You have to rescue these ships. They're being guarded by Tholian ships. You basically destroy all of the Tholian ships first, and then there are 4 tractor beams you need to disable one at a time, or if you have like 4 players, each can take one, so you're going to be able to rescue that particular ship faster. The Vault Snare, there's like this big space station in space. A little bit over here to the right of the screen, you see a little bit like part of the nebula. If you go there, your sensors basically are going to be disabled. Your minimap is gone and you're not going to be able to see a lot. Also, Impulse is not available up there. And in the midst of all of these, you all still have to deal with Tholians that are basically building a giant web around this station. So killing them is going to be your priority, basically. So reading on. So this is what they're giving us: the Universal console called the Tholian Web Array. Now it is highlighted right here in this picture. It kind of makes like a Tholian web around a particular ship. This power console improves Tetrion damage, so also has the passive ability to improve Tetrion-based damage, physical damage, control expertise, and dramatically improves critical strike chance against held enemies. It also has a deadly active ability to hold target in a web, dealing physical damage over time and chaining up to 4 additional foes, applying a hold to them and dealing sharply increased physical damage over time to each new target. So this is kind of interesting mechanics that they're putting in. We have something similar obtained through the Tholian Orb Weaver. It's kind of like the same deal. The Tholian Orb Weaver comes equipped with the Universal Tholian Web Generator. It basically does the same thing, only this thing gives a little bit... not the best passive abilities, but it does create the Tholian web around your target for the next 30 seconds, and also, you know, some other stuff. Web Colossus does proton damage. I don't know if it used to be proton damage. I thought it was like anti-proton, but okay, now it's proton. But it kind of does the same deal, basically holds the enemy and it shrinks, dealing physical and kinetic damage to the enemy. But they also upgraded this thing to Tetrion damage, physical damage, control expertise, and dramatically improve critical strike against the held enemy. Alright, so getting back to the event campaign. The featured event is a second of series of upcoming events. We will participate in the second installment of our multi-system known as the event campaign for the 2021 event campaign. A few changes have been made. Okay, so they kind of upgraded the event here. So we're going to get more events, exclamation mark. The 2021 event campaign will spawn a total of 5 separate featured events. Okay, we already knew that. Spawning the majority of the upcoming year on the PC release. As a result to this increased in length, the requirement to receive campaign for the campaign grand prize has been increased to 28,000 progress to 35,000 progress. We kind of knew that. More prizes. The grand prize of the 2021 event campaign will offer a choice so that we receive between the 3 following options. Now, this is the choice that we used to do. So you're going to get a Infinity promotional pack, or the Infinity Lockbox, basically a choice between a certain amount of ships. So previously, not all ships were included in this, only a certain amount of ships. Basically, all of the ships that were prior to I believe the beginning of 2021, so early in the year, not everything was included up there. So not the latest, Infinity promo or the Infinity Lockbox. But they definitely made changes to that. So definitely a thumbs up for Cryptic for listening to the community. This ship will be once per account unlocked. This is also something that they listened from the community, because it was only, I believe it was only for an account, but only for a character, not for the entire account. So they basically are making this an account unlock. Whenever you're going to choose one of those ships, it's going to be chosen for the entire account, or at least it's going to be unlocked for the entire account. That is definitely awesome. Basically, just for the particular ship that you're going to choose. The changes that they made, contents only include the premium starship that were released before. Okay, so starship released after this date will not be included as an option. Okay, so there you go. Only a selection of these promo ships or the Infinity Lockbox ships. I thought they included everything, but they did not. So that's a little bit of bad of my part. A lot of you guys, me included, definitely want to have all of the Infinity promo ship pack choices or the Infinity Lockbox pack choices to be available, but they're only going to release everything that was available till the end of 2020. I mean, it's definitely good. Don't get me wrong. It's a free ship overall. Nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to say no to. So we have also the option number 2. So a bunch of Lobite crystals if you're into that. And there's going to be obviously for account unlock. Or option 3, 200% off coupon for the tier 6 ships in the Zen store. There's also once per account. Now, I highly recommend you guys not using option 3 because 200% off coupons. I've been looking at the exchange, and I'm also be looking at the trading channels. These 100% off coupons are basically 280 mil up to 350 mil, depending on whoever is selling it. So basically just going off of that, the highest amount 350. These two coupons is going to cost you about 700 million, just converting them into EC, and the Infinity promo ships are usually about 1.5 bill or 1.2 bill, somewhere in that ballpark. So I highly recommend you guys choosing option 1, and if you're into, option 2, go for option 2. But I would not go for option 3 because, 100% off coupons, not something you want to, choose for, because this is definitely something that they're going to give us once in a while, I'm guessing. And you definitely need to grind for the entire year for all of these to be available for you. This choice is made once per account upon claiming the prizes. The core gameplay of this event remains the same in the previous one. Participating in multiple events scheduled over several months, you will earn progression toward the extremely valuable prizes, as the following aspect of this system remains unchanged. So you're going to get 50 of this progression token, 700 from the event. Everything is basically the same because you participate 7 of the 15 required days. So far you're going to get yada yada yada. It's basically the same deal. So this is on the Tholian web. Earn a total of 14 days worth of daily progression to become eligible to claim all of these rewards. So you're going to get the Tholian web array that we just saw previously. That is going to be account unlock for reclaiming. So all of your characters under the same account is going to get the Tholian array, or at least it's available for them. A bunch of dilithium, very nice. 3 featured TFO boxes, once given out only. Very, very nice. And each also one specialization point or enhanced tech upgrade, obviously the one that you want to choose from. Now there's also, you know, a tablet of content right here. So after you reached the what was it, 14 days, let me see where it was. The event basically is going to be for 14 days. So after you do that, you're going to get for replaying the same mission, basically you're going to get an extra reward, daily dilithium. So the first day is going to be 8,000, the second day 9,000, and the third day 10,000, and so on and so on. But this is also going to be included if you buy it out on day one. So basically buying the entire event out with Zen, you're basically going to get more dilithium in return, and etc. So there's also the legacy progression. I still have a couple of legacy tokens for my other characters that I also play, so that's going to be interesting to put them. Weave the Tholian web on the PC, May 4th all the way. Hey, May 4th, 4th of May, until May 25th of, so definitely 21 days worth of gameplay for us to get back in STO and do some grinding, do some fun killing the Tholians. Now, for my personal opinion, this is just me talking right here. I would love to see one of these events that is going to take place in ground. A bunch of like TFOs, patrols that we're seeing, all of them has the majority are, you know, for space ships and, you know, cannons and energy and torpedoes and all that stuff. I would love to see one ground where you can actually show off your character in a ground TFO. Maybe that's going to be next. Who knows? Let me know in the comment section if you guys are still interested in which option, 1, 2, or 3. Even though I highly recommend you guys not going for 3, like I mentioned before. 700 million compared to 1.5, at least 1.0 billion. So, you know, choices to be made there. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys found it entertaining and a little bit of informative as well. I would love to see you guys on the next video. Later.